Jumanji. Now remember, Mother said, your father and I was bringing some guests by after the opera, so please keep the house neat. Quite so, added Father, tucking his scarves inside his coat. Mother peered into the hall mirror and carefully pinned her hat in place, then knit and kissed both children goodbye. When the front door closed, Judy and Peter giggled with delight. They took all the toys out of their toy chest and made a terrible mess. But their laughter slowly turned to silence. Still, finally, Peter slouched into a chair. You know that? He said. I'm really bored. Me too, sighed Judy. Why don't we go outside and play? Peter agreed. So they set off across the street to the park. It was cold for November. The children could see their breaths like steam. They rolled in the leaves, and when Judy tried to stuff some leaves down Peter's sweater, he jumped up and ran behind the tree. When his sister caught up with him, he was kneeling at the front of the tree, looking at the long, thin box. What's that? Judy asked. It's a game, said Peter, handing her the box. Jumanji, Judy read from the box. A jungle adventure game. Look, said Peter, pointing to a note tacked to the bottom of the box. In a childlike handwriting was the word, free game, fun for some but not for all. P.S. Read instructions carefully. Want to take it home? Judy asked. Not really, said Peter. I'm sure somebody left in her because it's so boring. Oh, come on, protested Judy. Let's give it a try. Race you home. And off she ran with Peter at her heels. At home, the children spread the game out of the card table. It looked very much like the games they already had. There was board in the unfolded, revealed a patch of colored squares. The square had massive writing on them. The patch started in deep jungle and ended up in Jumanji, a city of golden buildings and towers. Peter began to shake the dice and play with the other pieces they were in the box. Put those down and listen, said Judy. I'm going to read the instruction. Jumanji, a young people jungle adventure especially designed for the bored and restless. A. Player selects piece and places it in deepest jungle. B. Player rolls dice and moves piece along path through the dangers of the jungle. C. First player to reach Jumanji and yell the city's name aloud in the winner. Is that all? Asked Peter, sounding disappointed. No, said Judy. There's one more thing, and it is a capital letters. D. Very important. Once the game of Jumanji is started, it will not be over until the one player reaches the Golden City. Oh, big deal, said Peter, who had a bored yawn. Here, said Judy, handing her brother the dice. You go first. Peter cautiously dropped the dice from his head. 7, said Judy. Peter moved the piece to 7 square. Lion attacks. Move back 2 space, read Judy. Gosh, how exciting, said Peter in a very unexciting voice. As he reached for the piece, he looked up his sister. She had a look of both horror in her face. Peter, she whispered, turn around very, very slowly. The boy turned in his chair. He couldn't believe his eyes. Lying on the piano was a lion staring at Peter and licking his lips. The lion roared so loud it knocked Peter right off his chair. The big cat jumped off the floor. Peter was up in hat and running through the house with the lion whiskers linked back behind. He ran upstairs and dove under a bed. The lion tried to squeeze under but got his head stuck. Peter scrambled out, went from the bedroom, and slammed the door behind him. He stood in the hall with Judy gasping for breath. I don't think, said Peter in the between gasp of air, that I want to play this game anymore. But we had to, said Judy as she helped Peter back down the stairs. I'm sure that what we instructions mean. The lion won't go away until we win the game. Peter stood to the card table. Can we just call the Jew and have him taken away? From upstairs came the sound of brawling and clawing in the bedroom door. Or maybe we could wait till Father comes home. No one would come the Jew because they wouldn't believe us, said Judy. And you know how upset Mother would be if there's a lion in the bedroom. We started this game and now we have to finish it. Peter looked down and gained the board. What if Judy rolled a 7? Then there'd be 2 lions. For an instant, Peter thought he was going to cry. When he sat firmly in his chair and said, let's play. Judy picked up the dice, rolled an 8, and moved her piece. Monkey's still foot missed 1 turn, she said. From the kitchen came the sound banging pots and falling jars. The children went to the sea and dozen monkeys tearing the boards of the room apart. Oh boy, said Peter. This will upset Mother even more than the lion. Quick, said Judy. Back to the game. Peter took his turn. Thank heavens, he landed the blank space. He rolled again. Moonson season begins, lose 1 turn. Little raindrop began to fall in the living room. There was one roll. Thunder shook the walls and scared the monkeys out of the kitchen. The rain began to fall in buckets and Judy took the dice. Guys get lost, lose 1 turn. The rain suddenly stopped. The children turned to see a man hunched over a mat. Oh dear, I said, splash of bed up now, he mumbled. Perhaps a left turn here then? No. A right turn here? Yes, absolutely. I think a right turn or maybe... Excuse me, said Judy. But the guide just ignored her. Around here, then over... Oh, no. Over here and around this. Yes, good. But then... Judy shrugged her shoulders and handed the dice to Peter. 4, 5, 6, he counted. Binton, the Baptist fly, contract, slipping, slickness, lose the turn. Judy heard a faint buzzing nose and watched it in a small insect land on Peter's nose. Peter lifted his head to brush the bug away, but then stopped, gave a tremulous yawn, and fell around sleep. He had on the table. Peter, wake up, cried Judy. But it was no use. She grabbed the dice and moved to a blank. She rolled again and waited as many. Rhinoceros came flat. Go back to space. As fast as he had fallen asleep, Peter awoke. Together they listened to a rumble in the hallway. It grew louder and louder. Suddenly, a herd of rhinos crushing all the future in the path. Peter and Judy covered the ears as sound as slipping wood and breaking china filled the house. Peter gave the dice quick tumble. Press the snakes into cramp, go back 1 space. Judy shrieked and jumped off the chair. Over the fireplace, said Peter. Judy sat down again, nervously eyeing the 8-foot snake that was wrapping in slip around the mantel clock. The guide looked up from his nap, took the one at the snakes, and moved to the far corner of the room, joining the monkeys on the couch. Judy took her turn and landed on blank space. Her brother took the dice and rolled a 3. Oh no, he moaned. Volcano erupts, go back to space. The room became warm and starting to shake a little. Molten lava poured from the fireplace opening. It hit the water on the floor, and the room filled with steam. Judy rolled the dice and moved ahead. Discover shortcut, roll again. Oh dear, she cried. Judy saw the snake unwrapping himself from the clock. If you rolled a 12, you can't get out of this jungle, said Peter. Please, please, Judy begged as she shook the dice. The snake was wriggling his way on the floor. He dropped the dice from her hand. 1, 6, then another. Judy grabbed her piece and slammed it into the board. Jumanji, she wailed, as loud as she could wail. The steam in the room became thicker and thicker. Judy could not even see Peter across the table. Then, as if all the doors and windows had been opened, a cool breeze cleared a steam from the room. Everything was just as it had been before the game. No monkeys, no guide, no water, no broken filter, no snake, no lion learning upstairs, no rhinos. Without saying a word to each other, Peter and Judy threw the game into its box. They bolted out of the door and across the street to the park and dropped the game under the tree back home. They quickly put all their toys away, but both children were too excited to sit quietly, so Peter took the picture puzzle. As they fit the pieces together, their excitement slowly turned to relief and the exhaustion. With the puzzle half done, Peter and Judy fell sound asleep in the sofa. Wake up, dears, Mother's voice called. Judy opened her eyes. Mother and Father had returned and their guest was arriving. Judy gave Peter a nudge to wake him. Yawning and stretching, they got to their feet. Mother instructed then to some of the guests, then asked, Did you have an exciting afternoon? Oh, yes, said Peter. We had a flood, a stampede, a volcano, I got sleeping sickness, and Peter was interrupted by the adults' laughter. Well, said Mother, I think you both got sleeping snakes. Why don't you go upstairs and put the pajamas on? Then you can finish your puzzle and have one dinner. When Peter and Judy came back downstairs, they found that Father had moved the puzzle into the den. While the children were working it on the guests, Mrs. Bunting thought them try a food. Such a hard puzzle, said the children. Daniel and Walter was always starting puzzles and never finishing them. Daniel and Walter was Mr. Bunting's son. They will read instructions either. Oh, well, said Mr. Baldwin, turning to rejoin the guests. I guess they'll learn. Both children answered, I hope so, but they aren't looking at Mrs. Baldwin. They're looking out the window. Two boys are running through the park. There were Danny and Walter Baldwin, and Danny had a long, thin box under his arm.